Welcome to the Fleet Geeks podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook? I'm loving my new clapperboard. Hello and welcome to this latest podcast episode. For those of you that follow me on the socials, you will be aware that I recently won an award. Now, I didn't think that awards mattered, not that much, to be honest. And this health warning, by the way, this podcast isn't just Pete rambling on about how I won a podcast, how I won an award. There will be a little bit of that, but there will also be the learning that I've taken from that, which I think will be quite useful for those people who are listening. So for those of you that aren't sure, that there it is. There's the award. Very exciting. Nice big chunk of glass. And it says on there, Peterborough Telegraph Business Excellence Awards 2023, Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Don't laugh, okay? Young is under 40. And as a 37-year-old, I am definitely still young, okay? So that's put a big smile on my face. It was kindly sponsored by Hegarty Solicitors, so a big shout out to them. Obviously, Pete Rushmore of Flagship Partners was the winner. So I'm super delighted to have won that award. Just I fall asleep with it every night. No, I'm joking. I don't really. But there's a really interesting, valuable piece that I've learned from that, and that is the importance that recognition really, really matters. Okay, and that's useful to the people listening because it's something that we're really bad at doing. I know I'm really bad at doing. So I just wanted to explore that for you. So what happened was the story behind the award was Flagship. And by the way, I 100% swear on my heart, on my family's life, I didn't apply to be Young Entrepreneur of the Year, okay? I was entered, which was really nice. Somebody else entered me. Somebody nominated me. In fact, potentially a couple of people might have nominated me based on the feedback I've had, which is absolutely lovely, and I'm delighted for that. So there's probably another learning there about putting yourself out there. Those that sort of watch the podcast and listen to the podcast and probably think, oh, bloody hell, it's this bloke again. There is benefits to putting yourself out there, obviously, because, well, what a result, right? It's lovely to have had that opportunity. So, but the learning really is around the recognition piece, because as an entrepreneur and as a business owner and as a senior leader in my business, I don't tend to get much feedback, right? So, if you're an employee, I highly recommend that your leaders have regular one-to-ones with you, and that you regularly get feedback about your performance. It's really, really important. But particularly the higher up an organization you go, and in my case, as the owner of the organization, I don't get any feedback really, unless I ask for it, unless I go to the team and do what I call a 360 feedback and ask for feedback about how things are going and those kinds of things, which we did recently. And sometimes that can be a bit personal, right? But nonetheless, it's really important to give recognition, because I genuinely felt on top of the world, and I didn't think it'd feel like that. So the background is I got Shani, one of our team members. She's fantastic. I got Shani to apply for the Small Business Award because I thought it was a really good opportunity for Flagship. I thought we've had a fantastic year. I'm really pleased with the work that we're doing, and I'm dead proud of where we're at and where the team are at. And the main reason behind that was I thought it'd give the team a great night out. I think it'd really give them some recognition for some of the stuff they're doing, and this, these credentials around the small business, winning the Small Business of the Year award. Now, in reality, I was bitterly disappointed because I think it's a travesty we didn't win. Congratulations to the other finalists as well. We came highly commended, as did the other finalists, and obviously another business won the Small Business of the Year award. They weren't in the same industry as us, which is good news, because obviously we're the best in our industry. But sadly, another business won that, and so be it, right? That's life, right? We can't have it all.
Hello, it's Shani from Flagship Partners. We are really proud to sponsor the Fleet Geeks podcast. If you need expert advice or training for your fleet business, make Flagship Partners your first choice. We are really excited to announce the launch of our Transport Manager Academy. With expert development for fleet leaders, we offer fully accredited initial Transport Manager CPC training, CPC refresher, and operator license awareness training, as well as mentoring, support, and professional development beyond the qualification. Our vision is to develop elite fleet professionals.
But we applied for that reason, and then the judges came out and they came to visit the premises. They came to visit Maggie and I, and we had a chat about the business and those kinds of things, and we talked things through. And that was a really interesting proposition in itself, because it makes you realise the work you're putting in and those kinds of things. And we got some nice feedback at the time. And nonetheless, obviously, we were unsuccessful from a small business award point of view. But I was then nominated for the Young Entrepreneur of the Year. I felt a little bit guilty because obviously Maggie's in the business with me, but she was behind it. She helped sort of support that. She was fine. She understood, because we both take different roles within the business. And obviously it's my job. Part of my role is to drive the business forward and to be the entrepreneur in the business. So that was cool, right? So, but just winning the award was a totally different experience. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really think, on reflection, I didn't think I was a recognition kind of person. A lot of people listening to this will think, well, Pete, you must be. You put yourself out there so much. But genuinely, I am motivated and I'm driven by sharing my knowledge, helping other people. It's about service to others. Okay. So I'm really motivated by doing that. And if people get benefit from the stuff that we do, the work that we do, and the content we create, that is enough for me. Okay. So that really, really motivates me. And that's what drives me and spurs me on, because if we're doing that, then we're helping improve companies being safer, greener, and greater, which is our motto, right? We help make them safer. We help them be more environmentally friendly, and we help them become better workplaces to be. And that's through the services the business offers, through the training and the consultancy work, but also through the podcast, right? So that is what motivates me. But it was a real surprise to me when I realized that the recognition it really just spurred me on. And I really enjoyed that as well. So I think what the reflection is for this podcast is for the listeners to really reflect on that, because if you're not getting enough recognition, I'm here to tell you that you're doing an awesome job, right? Because it's not easy being a manager of people. It's not easy running businesses and all the things that you do, along with all the other hats that you wear. So parent, husband, wife, you all wear lots and lots of hats. Parent, sibling, looking after your sisters and your brothers, looking after your parents, all of those things, all of those hats that you have to wear. It's not easy juggling it all. And so if no one's told you in a while, I'm here to tell you you're doing an awesome job, because I genuinely believe you are. But also to recognize the need for you to recognize the people that work with you and for you as well. Because that recognition really goes a long way. Telling people they've done a fantastic job and that you're really proud of them, telling them that they've done something amazing, or that you're really pleased with a piece of work, or just in their general progress or the things that they're taking on and doing. That could mean the world to somebody. So the reason I wanted to do the podcast is for you to have a listen to this, and just to remind you, when was the last time you told your husband or wife that you were really proud of them and that they've done a fantastic job, and they make you really happy? If you haven't, go and get that done. If you haven't told your child that they're awesome, go and get that done. And whoever else it may be, whoever's maybe in your team that needs some recognition, just go and do that and mean it. Because my big takeaway from winning that award was that it really meant something to me, and that was really nice. And it made me reflect on just how important it is to just share that feedback with people and share that recognition. And if you haven't done it in a while, and you need to go and speak to your drivers, speak to whoever you employ, whoever you work with, go and tell them they're doing an awesome job and why, and make sure that you keep giving that feedback, because it really is motivational and it really does help spur people on. Anyway, I hope this has been useful. Let me know in the comments who you're off to thank and tell them they've done a fantastic job. See you on the next one.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.